remember when I was a little girl, I was about 5 years old, I would go with my Granny Loftus. We would go to a store called Woolworths, which was called a 5 and dime store. But the big thing about Woolworths for a little kid was that they had a ice cream soda fountain bar. They would ask me what I wanted, and I always wanted a root beer float. So they would tell me to pop a balloon, and I would get to pop a balloon behind the soda bar, and a piece of paper would fall out, and that would tell you how much you had to pay for your ice cream float, which was anywhere from 1 penny to 10 cents. I would get to sit with Granny Loftus, and we would eat ice cream and talk and laugh.
One place I remember when I was a teenager was the West Side Drive-In in Lawrenceville. A whole bunch of kids would get in the cars, 4, 5, 6 people in a car, and we'd meet at the drive-ins. Most of the time we didn't even watch the movie. It was just somewhere to hang out. We probably saw Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta 26 times or maybe even more, because it played half the summer the year that came out. Now the West Side Drive-In is nothing but a big grown-in patch of trees and weeds.
The other great memory I have of when I was a child was going every Sunday with my mom and dad to Angela Park. Angela Park was the big place to go when you were a kid on Sunday after church. We would ride the Sky Ride, and my sister would always cry because she thought she was going to fall off. And I used to have thoughts as a child of pushing her off. And we would go on the Tilt-A-Whirl and the cups and saucers. And now what's really sad is when you drive by Angela Park, it's basically the shell of old amusement park rides that are dilapidated and rusted out, and it doesn't really exist anymore. You can't even go on the property.
Another place that was a great place for a whole bunch of people to hang out in the summertime was called the Wilkes-Barre Aquadome. It was a swimming pool in Wilkes-Barre City that was actually covered with a dome in the wintertime. In the early 70s, they used to get really big crowds when the dome was up in the wintertime. But then as time went by and the dome started getting damaged, they didn't spend the money to repair it. So it just became a big outdoor pool in the summertime. But it still drew big crowds. And just a few years ago, I guess, they stopped operating the pool and just filled it with dirt. The pool's no longer with us, and there really isn't anything in the Wilkes-Barre community for the people that do.
One of my fondest memories of childhood was Hanson's amusement park at Harvey's Lake. We used to go there every Sunday. I loved their pizza. My favorite was going on the rides, and especially the merry-go-round. And I loved French fries in a paper cone with vinegar and salt. We used to go out on the lake for motorboat rides. And of course now Hanson's Park is no more. It hasn't been for many years now. And every time I drive by there, I get a little melancholy, a little depressed, only because I can remember as a child going there and having so much fun. Children today don't know what it's like to go to an amusement park and enjoy their Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, and that no longer exists either.